Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.
Whoo, track 2, Takeover. Produced by, who's this, Kanye West? Oh no, appears to be a misspelling on the plastic here. I'm going to assume it's Kanye West. Yeah. Folks, I am giving this record an 8.
It's not a ding.
No, but I gotta let the guns take over, bro. It's beef. Gotta let off the gunshot.
Yeah.
I can just tell. This is gonna be the first of his many, I'm sure, injustices this episode. But go ahead and share your bad opinion. We're all waiting.
Takeover is a 6+. Yeah.
Just sit here in silence and think about your bad opinions. Think about how you failed to enjoy such an enjoyable song.
I will. Now
That's
you go
what you
ahead
need to do.
and tell people why you like this song that you weren't even around for.
I was around for it.
And I'll stay quiet.
Like I was born in 2002.
I'll stay quiet. You were listening to this shit at the same time that Kid Cudi and XV were pumping through your Zune. So I'm going to let you get your opinion off, and then I'm going to take
this man just so slanderous. I don't listen to those artists. I did have a Zune. That is true.
Sorry,
and I will
Big
never
Sean and XV.
I will never deny that. Shout out to Zune, the Zune HD specifically, a great device. But I don't listen to no XV and Kid Cudi. But yeah, I will explain to these good people out here in the rap universe why I enjoy track 2 of the Blueprint, Takeover. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll let you take over if you'd like.
Ha ha. Nice. Okay. Well, let's start with the music. True, folks, it's an outlier from everything else on the album. It doesn't have that quote unquote soul flavor that's threaded throughout the album. But that's fine. It's beef music, folks. It's a beef song. It's a diss. Okay. What I will say is that man Kanye, it seems like he's always producing beats for beefs he ain't a part of. What a sloppy, messy, bad man.
Well, funny enough, he actually did a freestyle on one of his old mixtapes. I'm talking about like, oh, you know what? Never mind. He did the same verse.
Thinking of The Bounce?
Yeah, he did the same verse on The Bounce. So
yeah, well, we know he likes to recycle verses. So
yeah, well, they both do. Oh, he recycled a verse for Jay and then Jay recycled a verse for him. So we found out the root. If you go back and listen to the Patreon exclusive DJ Clue Holiday Hold Up review, we get into a little bit of how on the Hovey Baby remix, Jay used the verse that would eventually go on to become the Never Let You Down verse on College Dropout. Yeah, I guess Kanye initiated the recycling of the verses, because we'll talk about it next week. But, you know, you did Takeover. Do you have beef with Nas?
Valid question, you know? But yeah, in this particular record, he would flip The Doors' 5-1, as we discussed in part 1. And also Fame from the David Bowie song. Well, the song Fame from David Bowie. He flipped Fame to make it sound like lame. You know, lame in the song. Yeah, apparently, according to this bad website, the sample was popular back when it came out, as in whole clubs sang with it. Is this true? Were you in any clubs at this time? Can you attest to this?
No, I was 14 years old.
Okay.
So if I was in any clubs, I would be in a teen club, and I'll tell you, I wasn't going to teen clubs.
I've heard about those teen clubs. I wouldn't want to go to those. Yeah, but so that's pretty much it musically. It's not soulful. It's bum 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 bum. It's rock tinged. You know, it's very, I wouldn't say very raucous, but it's aggressive. You know. But yeah, okay. The content, folks. It's a famous diss, obviously. I mean, I would say that if you're familiar with rap and listening to this show, then obviously. If not, then I apologize. But here's the thing. Oddly enough,
and we've discussed this off air, Nas isn't the main focus of the record, though the song is arguably most associated with Nas.
Yes,
so you would
it's
think
remembered as a Nas diss. It's remembered as Takeover versus Ether. I don't think people regard it as a Prodigy diss,
which is crazy because
anyone else.
Prodigy got lit up. Like, you know, it was like it's wild to me. But you know, I mean, hey, what happens here, folks, is he's aiming at a lot of different people. So let's kind of, you know, you gotta break this thing down.
I was gonna read all the verses. And
I'm not gonna read all the lyrics. Get out of here. Forget about it. This
is what he calls taking notes.
No, Rockefeller is the army. Better yet, the Navy. Niggas will kidnap your baby. Spit at your lady. All I want to say is great flow. Great flow. We bring knife to fist fight. Kill your drama. We kill you motherfucking ants with the sledgehammer. I've been meaning to talk about this for years. So,
artistic license or complete nonsense?
Yeah.
Drama?
Pronunciation of drama. You know, I made peace with it being a whatever rhyme by locking into the idea of saying like he overdoes it. And because like I'm like killing ants with the sledgehammer. Like that's not the greatest rap bar, but it's like, all right, you're saying you overdo it because, you know, you don't need a sledgehammer for an ant, but you stretched drama for that line. You know, no one says drama, bro. That's not a thing. Drama. Baby mama drama.
And you're in it. You're
DJ drama.
You're getting ready to diss someone,
right? You got to be tight.
I mean, this is the same thing with your boy. When I said, "Listen, it's a decent record, but what kind of diss record opens up with if you rebuke me?" You know, your every word counts. Pronunciation.
Well, no, I agree with you. And this is
not just a record. It's a diss record, which you assume the opposition, not just the rapper you're dissing, but all of their fans who are riding with them are going to pick this shit apart word for word.
Yeah. You know, I agree. And this is, you cannot afford any whack lines or dead space or lulls in the action. Like you can't. And I know that's odd considering for me to say I give the song a flat 8, you know, but this is like probably the only thing on the song that like does not register for me as beef worthy. So here's the thing. Speaking of which, what's beef worthy and what's not. Don't let me do it to you, Dunny, because I overdo it, so you won't confuse it with just rap music. Here's the thing, though, Moulz. Apparently, when he saw them out in the streets, he said it's just rap. It's just sport. He told Angie Martinez this.
Yes. Now I
have
have some
for
audio.
Me, it was like a sport.
I actually have some
like
audio.
A sport.
If you want to pull up the first audio clip.
I do. I will. Because apparently he confuses it with just rap music.
But this is, I believe, Jay on MTV discussing the Nas beef.
Okay. Well, let me see. I'm going to load that in right now. And I'm going to play it. Here we go.
A lot of times they make songs or they make little mixtapes or little freestyles. I mean, the only reason people play it because they say something about somebody. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be the focus. I mean, if you're going to really get at me or you're going to get at somebody on that level, if I was to get at somebody on that level, I got to make sure I come with the best, my best. Because first of all, I got 3 million people ears, 3 to 5 million people ears. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, plus. And in order for you to turn them people, for them to be like, oh, word, you might be better than Jay. You gotta have to make a mega song. You know what I'm saying?
And most recently, like, Nas took a shot at you. You know, the whole track. Like, what do you think? Because, you know, like, a lot of people think, like, you know, Top Dog's battle. You know, you probably consider yourself. And, you know, for something like that to happen a long time ago. You know, it's like you guys are going at it. Is this something, you know, is this going to stay strictly on wax?
No, we not stupid people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing that I think of. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but then I say if these guys really had a problem with me, like outside of just me, you know what I'm saying, being a hot rapper, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure they wouldn't put it on records. You know, that don't make sense to me. Like, you gonna put it on record for what? Like, if you really have a problem, you're not gonna put it on record. So that's why I know it's just music. Once it comes out on CD, mixtape for the whole world to hear it and know that you have a problem with this person, then I know that you're not. There's nothing there. It's just music.
Mm-hmm.
You catch any of that?
Yeah, I caught it. Listen, do I have to downgrade this song?
We have a segment on this show.
I hear a lot of plea copping and backtracking and mellow back pedals. It's I don't know what's going on here.
I'm gonna shut it all down myself, so it's all good. Keep talking.
Well, not yourself. You got Jay to help shut down his own record too. So
no, but who brought the clip?
You.
Building a case. Building a case.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this man was talking about the police, and he's building a case over here against one Jay-Z. It's not fair. But listen. Let me throw my rock back up in there. Throw my diamond back up. Listen, it's Hovey, baby.
That rock is shaking. It's trembling. I've never seen a less confident diamond in my life. That's an uncut gem if I've ever seen one. Let me tell you, this is not how you win, because Jay lost this battle.
We don't need to talk about this. Listen.
And I don't think that Ether's the better record, but geez Louise, he lost the battle. I mean, come on.
We're not doing Stillmatic right now, okay? This is the Hove season. I won't let you do this to Hove, all right? I'm trying to get this title deal, okay? Just knock it off, all right?
Breaks over. Breaks over.
Yeah. So apparently he was all in for the beef until he had to talk about the beef, and then it wasn't a beef. It was just, music. So I don't know. As far as the chorus goes, not much of a chorus again, but I dig it. It's a roll call. It's rallying the troops. Just a little side note. I've always liked how he says freeway on here. Freeway. It's just very like.
What's that got to do with the beef?
He's letting them know all his army. He's who he got with him. It's a scare tactic. I got all these people when we running this rap shit, right? Yeah. And you got that sample of "We Run New York" from KRS-One, which leads into the real beef of this. The no pun intended. The real
right. Verse 1 is almost just an announcement, like, this is a beef song, and I'm Jay-Z, and I got the Rock Army behind me, so prepare for beef. There's no target of verse 1.
Very early 1900s like war protocol. I'm declaring war on behalf of Rockefeller Records. Prepare yourself. Here comes
verse 1 is
two.
prepare for this beef record that you're listening to right now.
You've
I'm about to get
warned.
into it, and I got an army behind me. No, the Navy.
I warned you.
We'll shoot at you spit at your baby, shoot at your lady, whatever.
Here we go. I don't care if you're Mobb Deep. I hold triggers to cruise, you little fuck. I got money stacks bigger than you. When I was pushing weight back in 88, you were a ballerina. I got the pictures, I seen ya. Then you drop shook ones, switch your demeanor. Well, we don't believe you. You need more people. Yeah. Classic quotes, though. Listen, this is when the song picks up.
There are classic quotes throughout the song.
Look, that we don't believe you need more people. That's part of the hip hop lexicon now.
Like, come on, that smarten up, Nas. Like, there's moments throughout the record that ended up being timeless moments.
Right.
But let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So the classic.
I gave it a
Summer
6+.
Jam.
I don't hate Takeover. We'll talk about it.
You don't hate it.
You don't hate it. Yeah, the Summer Jam screen reference, he's backing stuff up with proof. It makes it that much iller.
No proof, but we'll talk about
my question though, and we don't need to address this immediately. I guess we'll get to it over the course of the show's history, but why were they beefing, him and Prodigy? What was that even about? Like,
I'll get into it.
Okay. Well, he ends his verse with, "You guys don't want it with Hove. Ask Nas. He don't want it with Hove. No." And I consider this to be an odd ending, considering he's going to elaborate. Like, he said it like he wasn't going to say anymore. Like he was saying literally, "Go ask Nas, because I'm not going to spend any time on it." But if that's, why are we asking Nas? What did he say before this song?
Well, he's saying ask Nas to Prodigy because...
Well, no, I know who he's saying it to.
Because I think he assumes that, like, they're both in Queensbridge so they can talk to each other, but at
what
the
did
time,
he do to Nas before this song?
What did who do?
Hove. Because he's telling Prodigy, ask Nas. He don't want it with Hove. What did Hove do to Nas before
What did
Takeover?
Hove do?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, nothing. But he's about...
This man is... What is...
But he's about to do something. So he's saying, like...
which is what makes... Like I said, it's
another
odd.
thing. It's almost like, ask Nas. Oh, yeah, by the way, I haven't started talking about him yet, but he'll be next.
Were these verses supposed to be in a different order? Like, what's... I don't know.
Flat 8, folks.
It's flat 8. It's energy, man. It's
better than This Can't Be Life, apparently. But so is Not Guilty. So
no, because we listen. The minuses and pluses don't factor into the numbers. Yeah, I guess you could say technically better, but they're both 8s at the end of the day. I like them both a lot. All right. Now, anyway, the live Summer Jam performance of this record, the debut of this Takeover, ended at that line. The first open airing of the until then unofficial Jay-Nas feud. This was the original length of the song before Jay decided to go heavy at Nas. During a Combat Jack episode, the engineer of the track, Young Guru, explained that Jay came back after Summer Jam and finished the track, doing it in a single afternoon. So what that goes into this verse 3. I know you miss it, Nas, the fame, but along with celebrity comes about 70 shots to your frame, nigga. You a lame. And then there's some homophobia.
Yeah, what else does he say after
that?
that? What's he say after lame, Mel?
There's a little bit of homophobia, a little bit of that early 2000s, a little bit of that not liking gay people. It's there.
Funny
it's
what
there.
lines get skipped over in the.
I'm not skipping it. I'm acknowledging it. It's there. It's there.
Yeah,
it's there, folks. It's there.
You have to be G-checked into.
It's in my notes. Literally, some homophobia.
Some homophobia.
All right. Now he continues. Had a spark when you started, but now you just garbage. Fell from top 10 to not mention at all. To your bodyguard's Uchiwali verse better than yours. Matter of fact, you had the worst flow on the whole fucking song, but I know the sun don't shine and sun don't shine. All right. He's getting deep now. I wouldn't want nobody talking about me like that, deconstructing me like this, dissecting me like this. Come on, Moulz. As a rapper, I'm a man with pride. I'm a rapper with pride. You don't say nothing like that. You don't say nobody verse is better than mine. That's a beef. All right. Okay. So he continues. That's why your lame careers come to an end. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend. Nigga, you ain't live it. You witnessed it from your folks' pad. You scribbled in your notepad and created your life. I showed you your first tech on tour with Large Professor. Then I heard your album about your tech on the dresser. Now, Nas disputes this, as you'd expect, but apparently Hove really did have a tech. That much is true. So yeah, which leads into another classic line. Song full of classic lines. So yeah, I sampled your voice. You was using it wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Listen, classic line. We said we get here. We said we get here way back in Reasonable Doubt. We said we get to this point.
Even though if we're going to keep it a buck, he's talking about a song from Illmatic. He didn't make... The song was hot to begin with.
That's true. That's true. But
this
we
man
said
was about to pull his J. Call, SPR bullshit, and then he thought about it for a second.
The Rock Nation pack just landed, Listen, we said back on Reasonable that we'd get to this point. So yeah, this is the line, that we said from, the song Dead Presidents.
Yeah, we said this would be important, and sure enough, it's important.
We're in the middle of beef. We're in the middle of warfare here, and then he starts breaking down the math. You've been in this 10, I've been in it 5. Smarten up, Nas. 4 albums in 10 years, nigga. I could divide. That's one every, let's say 2. 2 of them shits was due. One was, the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot album every 10-year average.
And that's so
lame.
You gotta learn. You gotta go back to simple math.
I thought that once.
It's bad math.
But
it's a diss record.
But no, here's the thing, bro. He said that's one every, let's say 2. He's not saying concretely 2.
But still,
let's say
if we're
2.
doing
Let's round it.
Listen, 4 times 2 is
down
8.
or whatever he's.
That's technically one hot album every 8-year average.
Listen,
it's a beef record, bro. Everything has to make sense and be on point to be prepared to be dissected.
Listen, mathematician.
And you know what? Speaking of which, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now.
Say it.
I'm gonna say it right now. Say it right now.
Say it. What are you gonna say?
Dissect. I want nothing to do with your sect. You're finished. Bye. Bye. Takeover. Breaks over. God Podcast. Us. Rap Rankings. Hey, little podcast, you ready for war? Dissect. I'm not dying for no sect.
Nope.
Fuck out of here.
I'm Charlie Mack on the drops right now, you know.
All right, we can continue.
Listen, man. Look, he's mathematician.
Don't make me do it to the rest of you. Don't make me do it.
All I gotta say, man, is Blue, Rumi, and Sarah are getting some good homeschooling, okay? They might not go back to school after this quarantine. Listen,
who?
His kids. Listen, he's I'm so good at math. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. He's always doing this. He's Count Hove.
And then he's talking about 40 million more. That's not how you do math.
Okay, Hove can't do math. Fine, sure. We acknowledge this. Let's move on. Don't be the next contestant on that Summer Jam screen, because you know who did you know what with you know who. But let's keep that between me and you. My only note here was, wait, huh?
That's for
you know, as I break this down line by line, it really, for all the heavy punches, there are some real whiffs, I must say.
You know, you've heard like The Bitch in You and like No Vaseline and like even
Hit 'em up.
Like know? This ain't no diss record. It's a record. For sure.
Apparently there's an explanation behind that you know what, you know who thing, but I'm not going to get into it. That's gossip stuff.
And it's not gossip, but it gets discussed on Super Ugly in greater detail.
Yeah.
If you care to hear it. This is also the classic hip-hop beef, quote-unquote, that brought us the H to the Izzo freestyle by Nas, H to the Omo.
Oh, brother.
I mean, Ether stinks. Man. That stinks. Super Ugly's okay. This is okay. Why is this beef so great again?
Because they're two hip-hop titans.
I thought he only had one hot album and a 10-year average.
Well, one was Illmatic. And Illmatic is Illmatic, bro.
Keep making your flimsy case, because I'm going to blow the doors off this bitch.
All right. Well, listen, man. I mean, Illmatic is Illmatic.
Now, black music is black music, and it's all good.
All right. Come on. Verse 4. A wise man told me, don't argue with fools.
Verse 4. What is this, a Wu-Tang song?
A wise man told me, don't argue with fools, because people from a distance can't tell who is who. Listen.
Good line. That's always been a good line.
Always been a good line. It's a good line. But I gotta wonder. I was looking up the origin of the phrase, because it's more of an like an adage. What's the word? Idiom saying.
Yeah.
I had to wonder. Did he pull out the Ouija instead of Mel? Was he talking to Mark Twain or perhaps Solomon from the Bible? Who? I don't know, because those are the two people I found that were that phrase was attributed to. Either Solomon from the Bible.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Solomon Schuster?
No, just Solomon.
Solomon Grundy?
Listen, I don't know. There's a lot of Ouija activity going on these days. People talking to a lot of people from beyond the grave, you know. So Mel's gonna be
you and Miss Cleo.
Yeah, and if you keep dissing, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm playing the clip because you think I'm bluffing. I'm leaving after this attempted takeover downplaying. I'm done. I'm leaving the show. Here's a clip from my new show.
Miss Cleo's on the Bird Show on Q100 in Atlanta, waiting for your call. So what are you waiting for? Call me now for your free reading.
Thought I was playing, bro. I'm moving to Atlanta.
I didn't hear you on the show.
On the Bird Show. Miss Cleo's on the Bird Show. She said it.
That's not what she said.
Miss Cleo's on the Bird Show on Q100.
The Bird Show.
No, the Birch Show.
That's not what it is.
That's the Birch Show. Listen, the Wheezy receptions was a little fuzzy, you know? That's what she said, okay? Trust me, okay? The signal's a little bad. I'm trying to talk to somebody in the afterlife, all right? Cut me some slack, okay? This is why I'm leaving this show. Anyway, but I'm a professional, so I'm going to finish out this episode first, okay? Anyway.
You signed a 5-year deal. You ain't going nowhere.
Listen, Moulz, don't make me expose you to them folks that don't know you.
Another classic line, but you know,
Great
don't
line.
make me listen. How many Tory Lames do you have? 7, 8?
Tory Lames.
How many you got in the tuck? How many projects you got? R.I.P. to that man. It's over, pal.
All right, it's over for him. It's over for him. I'm not the biggest Tory Lanez fan. I was a fan until he decided to be a complete, piece of.
Have you finished your analysis of this damn song?
Yeah, I've actually reached in. And all you other cats throwing shots at Jigga, you only get half a bar. Fuck y'all niggas.
Fuck you too. Fuck you too. How about that, bro?
All
right, so I gave the song a 6+, which means
it's alright.
It's alright.
It's
not the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the 4 territory. That's the 4 territory.
What's it?
Wait, what is? I always forget the second part of the 6. What is 6 other than it's alright? Okay, 6 means it's alright. You don't dislike it, meaning you don't actively not like it, but you can't say that you like it. It's alright.
I don't dislike Takeover, though. I don't like listening to it.
Right, exactly. That's how you get a 6. That's great. That is a great description. You don't. What'd you say? You don't dislike it, but you don't.
I don't dislike Takeover. In fact, I don't. So, I mean, I listen to this album a lot, so I've heard this song many, many times.
Okay.
It's just not. I don't want to listen to it anymore, and I have my reasons.
Okay.
I'm going to get into them. Even though I kind of got into them throughout your discussion because I was rebuttaling some of the stuff.
You did make the song seem pretty shaky, bro. You did. I'll give you that.
I was rebuttaling.
Still a flat 8 for me. It's a vibe.
Here, I don't believe in those things, but here's what I think of the song. First of all, I don't like The Doors.
Okay.
I'm not a The Doors fan. Sorry, guys. I don't like The Doors. I don't think Jim Morrison is great. I don't care for their music. I don't really like psychedelic rock in general, to be honest.
All right.
Not my bag. So, yeah, it's an outlier, but I don't enjoy it because it samples a band I don't enjoy, a song I don't enjoy, and it really doesn't do much with the sample. So, I'll say Kanye's signature bad drum programming is not present here because he's really just it's really all sample. He might have added a little bit under it, but it doesn't sound like, drum programming. It sounds like the Doors sample.
Okay.
Plodding along. Boom, 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 Like, I get it. It's the Doors. Well, yeah, man, far out, groovy, dude. The Doors. I don't care about the Doors. Okay? I don't care about Kanye West. All right?
All right.
Takeover. The break's over. Verse 1. I said he's not talking about it. He's just like, prepare for a diss record. A 4-verse diss record. How about not doing a 4th verse, if that's going to be the case? Because you're already spending a whole verse talking about nothing, basically. The chorus. ROC. We run in this rap shit. free way. We run in this rap shit. It is what it is.
It's a roll call, bro. Rally the troops.
It's fine.
My crew versus yours.
It. I'd rather that than
who's Nas's crew? We don't know. He doesn't have any friends.
He has the Bravehearts, actually, but you got to listen you got to listen to music before you discuss it. But the difference is that the Rockefeller actually are great and the Bravehearts fucking suck. But again, neither here nor there. Verse 1, he's just wasting our time. Clock is ticking, pal. Clock is ticking. What is this? It's the takeover, but what does that mean? Okay, verse 2, you're getting that Prodigy. We're going to talk about that. All right, first of all, if you know me, you know Prodigy is one of, if not my all-time favorite rapper.
Okay.
I don't take kindly to this kind of talk, especially
now you know how Mel feels with a mill.
This is the kind of talk from someone who's uninformed, and luckily, I pulled something off of the Rab bookshelf.
Yeah, okay.
And I have Prodigy's autobiography, My Infamous Life.
All right.
And he discusses Takeover in the book. So if you'd like, I will like to read a page or so.
Crack open that book. I'll sit on the carpet in front of Grandpa Moulz and let him tell me his story.
All right. So here is Prodigy on Takeover. He says, my man Gotti from QB and I were sitting in the truck when a new Jay-Z song called Takeover came on the radio. The beat was hot, so we turned it up and heard Jay dissing Nas and me. I was wondering what was taking Bitch Boy so long. I thought, let the games begin.
Whew.
Radio station Hot 97 was promoting its annual Summer Jam concert at Nassau Coliseum. Mobb Deep wasn't performing, so we paid it no mind. The June day of Summer Jam, Havoc was in the basement in Freeport making beats while the rest of the crew was in the living room playing 007 on PlayStation in the 2-player mode. I got a phone call from Illa G, who was at SummerSlam, who was at Summer Jam with a bunch of his friends from Brooklyn. P, this bitch-ass redacted, just tried to play you during his show, G said. What do you mean, I asked. Jay-Z, I told you that picture was going to come back to haunt you one day, G said. Jay had the picture of you when you was a kid dressed like Michael Jackson on the screens on stage. I started laughing. It sounded funny as hell. I had to admit, that was a good joke. Shit's great to me. Prodigy was like, yeah, that's funny though. In the song Takeover, Jay had a line about me. You was a ballerina. I got the pictures, I seen you. Drop shook ones, then you switch your demeanor. We don't believe you. You need more people. But anybody who went to my grandmother's dance school had seen that picture of me when I was 8 years old, dressed like Michael Jackson. Jay-Z couldn't confront the issue that started our whole drama, so he diverted the people's attention with a joke. The debate was about Jay not being active in the rap beef with Snoop and Tupac and how he waited years until Pac and Biggie got murdered to start running his lips about New York been soft ever since Snoop came and crushed the buildings. I'm trying to restore the feelings.
Wow.
That's the reality Jay has to deal with. When we all get tired of laughing at me in 1982, 8 years old, dressed like Mike, but I did like the tactic that Jay used. It was pretty slick.
Okay. I like that.
So P was a good sport about the diss, but he also, he basically said, you're deflecting. That's not my issue with you. And you're just bringing shit up for ha-has, but you never addressed the issue. It was that you ducked beef, and then you started talking about New York got soft.
Manipulator Hove.
So
he's he's strategic in that.
So
way.
the P shit, I don't know, it doesn't hold water with me, and I don't respect it. And then the third verse, getting at Nas, I mean, that's arguably where you get the most. The best shit in the P verse to me is, you little fuck, I got money stacks bigger than you. That's funny. That's like top shelf rap beef shit talking for sure. I'm giving this record credit. It's got iconic lines on it. I'm not a fan of the beat. The chorus is fine. I think he meanders a bit too much on the song. I think that's why he lost this particular beef, was because it was a little too much showboating, if you will.
Okay.
And he didn't stay on target, and he wasn't as vicious as Nas. As a song, I think Takeover's better than Ether. As a diss record, you're talking about two separate people. Nas is really just talking about you. So already it's like, all right, you're going to Prodigy. And the funny thing is, Nas was going at Prodigy for something else on Stillmatic. So Nas and P weren't even good at this time.
Man. Okay. You make a solid case.
So it's like you're almost trying to lump these two guys together. Like these two Queensbridge guys. Nas is living on Long Island at this time. P has nothing to do with Nas. He's beefing with Nas at that time.
So not only did he fail to pick a K, if you will.
He didn't pick a K. He never addressed Prodigy's actual issues with him. He spent too much time dilly-dallying on this song. And I don't care about the Doors. The David Bowie shit too, bro. I mean, I don't really care about David Bowie either.
I guess you could say it's lame.
Yeah, I don't care. It's not for me.
I mean, what it comes down to for me is...
Who's going to get that reference, by the way? How many people listen to The Blueprint know about David Bowie? I thought that was Limp Bizkit back in the day. Because he did a Fame cover on his first album, and that's my generation. That's my music. What the fuck do I know about David Bowie? What the fuck am I supposed to know about that? What am I supposed to know? I'm born in 1987. What the fuck would David Bowie do with my life?
Well,
fuck, man.
It's
6+. The best 6+ I've ever... I mean, listen, the case is so fucking solid. My case is epically solid.
It's a solid case. It's a solid enough case. It's an attitude thing for me. I like the music. I like the approach.
See, that's the
even
thing.
If all of the blows don't land.
You like the music. I don't like the music. I think Jay has the best, even though he dicks around a little bit too much for my liking on here, I think Jay has, like I said, classic, iconic bars on here. So it's almost not even just
so many
Jay.
lines came from this song.
But bro, think about this. Number one, they should have been two separate disses. You should have dissed Prodigy on a different song. You should have dissed Nas on this song. Fair enough. Or Nas on a different song and Prodigy on this song. You're already attacking two people, so you're setting yourself up for a handicap match, even though these two people are not on the same page. Meanwhile, at the same token, there's two verses that aren't specific to a person. So you got 25% Nas, 25% Prodigy, and really 50% just like ROC. We're running the rap shit. Don't mess with us. We do beef.
Fair enough.
And then, and anyone else taking shots, you only get half a bar. F you redacteds. You know something, Jay? That's not very nice. It's not. In fact, pretty rude. Just saying. 6+, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in peace, Prodigy. And I rest my case.
Of course, rest in peace, Prodigy. My final note here is my dad actually sat me down in the 8th grade. We were watching some show about rat beef, I think.
Mate, was it beef?
Say what?
Was it beef?
Was what beef? This was cool.
No, they used to put out those DVDs. Beef.
Oh
beef
no,
2,
no,
beef
oh
3.
god, no, it was not those.
Okay.
I would be so embarrassed to watch those with my dad.
You've never seen any of the beef DVDs?
No, I've seen the beefs. That's why I'm saying I would
Fair
be
enough.
very uncomfortable watching beef with my dad. No, this is some show. It must have been VH1, MTV, BET, something like that. But they were going through like rap beefs or something, and they got on Jay-Z and Nas. This was like 05, 06 that this came on. And
I feel like
my
I might have
dad
seen
being
this. Was this like Sway or Shaheem Reed on MTV? Like doing like it was like a 30-minute like thing on
could have been, because that is on YouTube, that thing. I don't know if it was that. It might have been, but we were watching it, and my dad being the adult, he was familiar with the beef. This was all news to me. I was like, what, 12?
11, 12 at the time. And he was like, he just decided, you know, being a cool dad. And at the moment he was like, all right, you know, you want to hear the songs? And I'm like, I mean, I guess so. You know, I was ready to be uncomfortable hearing curse words around my dad, but he sat me down and he played both Takeover and Ether for me. And he asked me, like, which guy do you think won? And I, for the life of me, I can't remember who I thought won at the time. So, I mean, anticlimactic end to that memory. But yeah, there was a time in 2005 where my dad played me both records and asked me what I thought.
I thought at the time, you know, I thought Jay won, personally.
Okay.
I did. Because I just don't think Ether, I don't care about the fact that Ether is more direct and it feeds into more of like this, like the synapses of what like people want subconsciously from like a beef record. Like it's so direct, it just goes straight. Even if it's nonsense what's being said, it's all very vicious and it's all played for laughs and like to just like belittle this person. So it's not as artfully crafted. The beat is worse than the Takeover beat, if you can imagine that, because it has nothing to do with like not being a fan of the Doors. The beat of Ether is just it's disgusting. But you know, I always like the fact that Takeover at least has a little bit of utility as a song, outside of just like the thing that hurt it as a beef record made it fit better in the context of this album, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it. I give it a 6+, but I got some problems with it. I mean, the fact that it's better, I guess what it came down to for me is I've decided the fact that it's better than Ether doesn't mean that I like it.
Hey, these are the tough conclusions you can only come to on a show like Rab. All right. You know, a lot of people can't face facts like that. A lot of people can't question themselves, look in the mirror and come to those realizations, but we can. We can. But Jesus Christ, I don't know how much time we spent on Takeover. I'll take part of the blame for that. I'll take most of the blame for that, actually. You ready to move on?
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.